Donald Cardoso Barron, spiritual master father of a divine rainbow child Nelly Belen.
Hello, my beautiful divine souls, beings of light, extensions of divine source energy. That's you, nothing less than that, nothing short than that, beautiful divine soul. You are beautiful divine soul, extensions of divine source energy, having a temporary human experience. You all know this by my previous videos, beautiful divine soul. This is the introduction I give for all the ones that are new to the channel, the ones that are tuning in. And for us to are remembering the true divinity, who they really are at this age of Aquarius. So, like I always say, be like this weird little world over here revolving around with those feet. Remove your sandals and shoes. Make that connection with Mother Earth, Pachamama Gaia. Make the connection with water. Drink the water. Put it in your system, and tell. Everything's an intention, beautiful divine soul. So tell the water that you want to heal your body, you want to baptize your body, you want to start vibrating and resonating at this healing frequency. Therefore, you're able to heal your body at will. So this mass awakening going on right now at this age of Aquarius, it's happening to a lot of people. That, like I mentioned in my videos, 100,000 masters giving you this kind of messages of power, of empowerment and oneness and kindness. And you know, some of them are doing it on Instagram, some other ones are doing it on Twitter and different platforms. Some of them are singers, and this is what I want to talk about. Some of them were singers, some of them were actors, some of them were, fellow leaders like Ram Dass and so on, back and forth. So, beautiful divine soul, there's these three waves: the indigos, the crystals, and the rainbows. Take my word for it. Do your research. What's the spiritual awakening? What's going on? And this is what I was called to do, for me to put my little grain of sand to help you remember. But you have to choose yourself. You have to come up with this place where you remember with this unconditional love and giving a heart, and remember and start living your life accordingly. Because we're one as all itself, so we're all connected. And this is the video that I'm going to talk about today. Like all of you that are being previous to the channel, and you are members and followers, you know that I talk about movies and about songs and actors sometimes, and about singers. And today is not the exception, beautiful divine soul. Today it's a really special person that you all know. He was known as the King. It's about beautiful Elvis Presley. We're going to talk about him today because, like I said, I'm going to be making videos on different actors that have reached this kind of level, this level of awareness, this level of spirituality, and this beautiful unconditional love and kindness and giving. And Elvis Presley was one of them. There's no doubt about it. So do your research. I'm going to include in the box below a documentary about him, doing and performing this task. So it was my brother's role model. Is one of my brother's favorites, as always, mine too, but he was more deeply in that scale because he grew up watching these movies, listening to his songs. So, and then he can identify with this video just like I did. There's no difference between him and I, because we have the same kind of giving and the same kind of heart. He was a person that he would go to the stage, he will grab his jewelry box and he will give it away. And so I can identify with him because I'm the same way. I go somewhere else and they say, I like your watch, here's my watch. They tell my brother, I like your necklace. He goes like, there it is. And they didn't even have to say it. They just have to look, and he will just go ahead and give. Me too, I'll just take my rings off and give. And this is what it's all about. What makes a person great? That's making a person great, the level of talent that they have, which is in this case Elvis Presley, the singing. Yeah, he does. It does in a certain degree, but it goes to a deeper level. It goes to a deeper level, which is what kind of a human being. I mean, he was a divine soul having a temporary human experience, but how you measure his heart and his kindness? You can't. You cannot measure the heart and this kindness because he was able to just grab and give. And then when he was questioned by his dad, he was questioned like that, why are you giving out too much? Soon you're not gonna have, your bank account's gonna go into the negative and stuff like that. He replied and he goes like, well, all I need to do that is go in another turret and then I can easily make $2 million. So therefore, what he was telling you, that money is no object. Money is just an energy that you're gonna need at that time for, because you don't own the money. When you die and you seize this body and you let it go, you're not gonna take nothing, beautiful divine soul. Not even the camera that I'm recording on. This camera is gonna stay here on earth. You're gonna take not even that, not even this beautiful plastic container of water I'm gonna take off, not even the water that's gonna go into my body. So therefore, you own anything, you have nothing. What you got here is your beautiful actions and how you do and act to others. When you're in kindness towards others, like Elvis was for more than 70-80% of giving, that's when you're living your true divinity, and you're not living like the red flag I said, the ego, the red flag I said, it's mine, and me, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna take it to the next life. It's the ego, not the ego. The divinity is when you are spiritual and you realize that you don't own anything. You don't own this beautiful table cover made out of wood in Bolivia, which is it was really dear to my grandmother of Nelly's mom. It's really nice because of the design, because it was made by the indigenous people. It's beautiful to have at this moment, but we're not gonna take it. You're not gonna take it. Not even like I just made a video, and I put a video about the Shireen shroud with Jesus. They cover him with a shroud. Not even that shroud is gonna stay on the next life. Not even this piece of cloth is gonna stay here, beautiful divine soul. So be kind and be like Elvis, and come for this beautiful unconditional love and giving heart. That is knowing that you wanna be open to everything and attached to nothing. I can only speak on my behalf, and maybe on my brother's behalf, that we have transcended this materialistic world. We no longer seek material things. We seek the pleasure, just like Elvis did, like seeing the face on others when you're giving something that they cannot have and they're not able to achieve. So by me giving and making this video for beautiful divine soul, I was compelled. My brother told me, it's time for you to make a video about Elvis. And this conversation happened a couple of days ago, and finally last night when I said yes, we will. And so, like I said, in all my videos, time is an illusion. There's no time. Whether I make this video, I'm making this video right now on this personal moment. This is when it's counting for me, because I'm living every step of this moment. I'm making it right now, on my now. When you reach this video and you have it and you watch, it's gonna be your now. My now, but also you now. So this frequency that is being recorded on these videos are gonna reach you. So you understand all these concepts and all these spiritual awakening waves, paths, and all these outcomes that already exist. Like I'm me making this video right now, instead of me making it in the so-called future that we don't know, maybe in 2 years. It could be a possibility, but it could not. I could, tomorrow I could have a heart attack, and then that's it. And I wouldn't be able to make this video in 2 years. So I'm making this video on this now, so this is when it really counts, this present moment. And Elvis Presley knew it, and he had it really clear, beautiful divine soul. He had it clear as crystal. He was martial artist, that he was able to perform these techniques of self-discipline, because when you are in a self-discipline mode, the higher your vibration is, and the higher your consciousness gets. So when somebody's practicing sports and all that, they have it really clear. They have to have discipline and vibrate high and at this frequency. He was one of them. He was a karate expert. He had 8 down level, and he used this technique for what? To get into violence and confrontation with others. Not beautiful divine soul. It was for self-discipline, self-assessment, self-awareness, and high vibration. What made him great? Like I said, he was one of the greatest singers in history. That's why they label him the king. But make sure that there's other artists out there on their field that are also kings on their field. So we're all equal. This is not a video to compare and say Elvis was the one, or he wasn't the one, or Mark Anthony was the one, or not the one, or Frank Sinatra was the one, or not. No, it's to put the labels and go as a debrief mechanism, just to let you know what they achieve in the physical as a human beings. not as an artist, as their beautiful talent. They have music, which it was great. Like the King was one of the greatest. The Beatles, they were one of the greatest. Queen, one of the greatest groups. So there's beautiful stages. There's beautiful. They're beautiful ways for every human little being to measure their talents, but no comparison. So in this case, it was Elvis' turn to do what he did the best, and he was a loving, giving heart. And that's why I'm compelled to make this video, because I identify with him. I identify what he did, whether as a fan, as a musical, fan, and listening to his music, and my brother being, Elvis being his role model, counts. But what counts the most is the human being that he was. He was. Let me share this with you, beautiful divine soul. Back in Mississippi, back in those days, and racism was at peak. Elvis was eating an ice cream, and watch this in the documentary. He was eating an ice cream, and this beautiful black little kid. Like I said, there's no labels. We're all beautiful rays of light, emanating light. We all know this at this age of Aquarius. Back then, they only saw white, black, Hispanic, Indian, Chinese, and they will label everybody because of their heritage, which is wrong. But you have to come from where they come from. It was what they were taught, and they were taught by generation to generation that other classes of people, other races were different than you, that you were better than them, and some of them were less than you, some of them were higher than you, which is baloney. So Elvis Presley, living in that kind of environment, he had it clear, beautiful divine soul. He had it clear before, because he, at that young age, when they were putting in your subconscious and your mind that you have to be a race and you have to stay with your own race. No, what did he do? He was eating an ice cream. This beautiful black kid comes around and said, "Oh, I wish I could have an ice cream. I wish I could eat it." See, you want an ice cream? He gave it to him. So he started eating it with that little kid at the same time, leaking at the same time. No race, no motive, no prejudice, nothing. Just love between one divine soul to another divine soul, having that temporary human experience. So he had it clear. So let's be like Elvis, beautiful divine soul. Let's be like these beautiful, famous, accomplished men in history, that he had all the money of the world, he had all these beautiful riches, but he wanted to share it with everybody else. So he said, "What is the good of me?" He told this to one of his best friends. "What is it, my fame and my success and my money, if I cannot share it to the people that I love and the people that I care? My friends are the reason that I have this shirt, so they have the right to tear off my back." So beautiful divine soul. Let Elvis be one of our, inspirations, and one of our role models to come with a day today. Whether you're listening to his music, in my particular case, I listen to his music on occasion, and when his energy is aligning to me, a song will pop up, and I will hear it. One song being it that pops up all the time when I'm driving, or it comes to my mind. It's Only Fools Rush In, which they made a beautiful movie of this with Matthew Perry, the actor from Friends, and also beautiful Salma Hayek, the Mexican actress. And it's a romantic comedy that I'm also going to put a link below, that has got this beautiful song Only Fools Rush In, which is a beautiful movie for you to enjoy. So I'm going to put these two links down here, the one from the documentary from Elvis Presley and the one from Only Fools Rush In, the movie, so you can enjoy it at your present moment whenever you finish watching this video. So beautiful divine soul, like I said, we have to come from this place of love, awareness, and kindness, and you have to be beautiful and so loving, just like Elvis was. So for all of you of the young generation that haven't had the experience to listening to Elvis, here are the links below. Look at them, and I say goodbye with all my love and all my heart, and tell you that be giving just like the King, Elvis Presley, and do good to everyone else, and be like the saying from Bienvenidos, haz el bien sin mirar a quien, without prejudice, which is do good to others without prejudice. I love you with all my heart, with all my soul, beautiful divine soul. Namaste.
If you resonate with this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and share. Namaste.